Hey, what's going on? Tripp Kramer here from trippadvice.com. On today's video, we are talking about how to just completely nail it on a first date. And I want to give you some flirting tips to be able to do so. Now, a lot of guys who are on dates, they tend to make some mistakes, and it's mainly because they're too nervous to implement some of these tips. So I just want to let you know you do need to have a little bit of courage. This stuff isn't hard, but I know that guys don't do some of the things I'm about to tell you because they're so nervous on a first date or any date. Also, I should mention these are tips for a first date, second date, third date, fourth date, and so on. These are also tips for cold approach. So most of these tips you can actually use when you meet a girl on a cold approach, whether it's a bar, a grocery store, a sidewalk, or something like that. You can implement these as well, so it's going to help you. If you feel like you're still struggling with this and YouTube videos are just not enough to get you the help that you need, go to getherhooked.com. That is my program. It's called Hooked, and it's going to help you. There's an actual full module all about first dates that dives even deeper into it. It's called First Dates That Lead to Sex, and you'll get access to that, plus all the different other scenarios that you're going to find yourself in when you're dating and meeting women in this program. Check it out. Link is down below. Let's get to it. Okay, the first one, eye contact. I bring it up in probably about 70% of my videos. You've probably heard me say it a billion times, but I have to keep repeating it. I'm not going to just make up new tips for you. You got to have this stuff that works, and eye contact freaking works. It is the #1 body language tip. If you're not giving her good eye contact on a date, then she has no reason to be able to connect with you. It is very weird when I'm looking over here and I'm talking to you, but I'm not looking at you, I'm looking over here. You can tell that now it's like, where is he looking? I don't understand. Or I'm looking down. It's very strange. Eye contact is #1. If you're going to take anything away from this video, it's always eye contact. Again, I talk about it so much, but I have to. #2, this is some more of the physical stuff, not necessarily something you'll do on a cold approach, but again, we're just talking about dates here. So I like the sandwich. I call it the sandwich, right? Sandwich of the beginning and the end. What happens in the beginning? What happens at the end? Hug in the beginning, kiss at the end. Always a hug in the beginning and a kiss at the end. There are some rare circumstances where maybe it's not going to happen depending on how you guys connected, but I highly recommend that you go for a hug in the beginning to establish a physical connection between you two, and then a kiss at the end to let her know that you are interested and that this is not some sort of friend date, and this is something where you are going to continue to escalate with her. So she sees you as a guy that is going to be continue escalating with her because you are interested in her in a sexual manner. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're getting some of that physical in. A lot of guys ask me, especially my coaching program, a lot of guys are like, any escalation tips I should use when I'm with her on the date, like touching her arm or like touching her knee or something like that. And I just don't want you to think too hard about how to touch her on the date. Make it happen naturally. If it happens, it happens. I feel that you could ruin the date if you're too robotic about it and thinking about escalation processes. That's what I like. That's why I like to just give you very simple tips. Hug in the beginning, kiss at the end, keep it simple. Next, more flirting stuff here. We're talking about push-pull. Push-pull, my favorite technique, the best technique for flirting, where it's kind of like you metaphorically push her away, metaphorically pull her in with your words. So for example, you'll pull her in by saying this line, okay? So a good line is, you know, I think you might be my perfect type. And then the push would be, except blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is a great line. I think you might be my perfect type, except, and that except can be anything you want, right? It could be something she said earlier that you didn't agree with. It could be, you know, except just, I don't know, this style that you're wearing, this is just like not my style. I'm kidding, right? So like something about her where you're like, okay, I like you, you're my perfect type, but except for, you know what, just those earrings have to go. But you have to be smiling during this because, you know, if you're going to be too harsh about it, she's going to be overly self-conscious and think that you're an asshole. So we got to stay away from that altogether. But it's a nice line, a nice push-pull line. You can use that. Okay, another way to flirt is by getting a little bit deeper and connecting with her more. Okay, asking her personal questions. Actually, good time to talk about my book real quick. If you don't have this, which you should, it's called Magnetic. In one of the chapters, I talk about how to Basically, how to not run out of things to say and how to ask certain questions that are going to get her connected to you. You don't have to get the book to get what I'm about to talk about right now, but it's in my book. It's called The 36 Questions That Make Her Love You, which is a study that was done where people sat in front of each other, looked each other in the eyes, and asked very personal questions and answered them. By the end of the study, a couple did actually get married, people who did not know each other prior to the study. So these questions are proven to help you connect better with people. If you want to get them, I have a video on it, or you can just type into Google 36 questions about love. You'll find them right there, or in my book, I do recommend a few. In fact, you know what? Let's give you one right now. So you can ask her, what is your favorite memory of all time? That's just one example, okay? And that's one that's in these 36 questions. Sounds a little cheesy, but I think it could go. I think it could be fine. What's your favorite memory of all time? Again, this is getting you two to connect deeper. That's why you're asking her questions like this. And you ask her a couple of those questions on the date. She's going to ask you them back. You guys are connect. You're going to build more rapport, and it's going to help with the connection. My next tip is teasing, but you're only going to want to do this lightly. I don't want you to do this too much. Okay, but I'll give you an example of what teasing kind of looks like. Teasing is kind of like push-pull, but it's a little bit more push. And then the pull is going to be technically you smiling because it's going to be obviously a joke. So she's going to know, okay, he's just kidding. He likes me. He's just teasing me. Right? So here are examples of a few teases that I came up with, ones that I've also used in the past. If you're on a date, you can talk to her about how she was like in high school. And before she even starts to tell you, you can say, wait, let me guess. I bet you were a total nerd in high school, weren't you? And then she'll be like, oh my God, how'd you know? I totally was. Or she'll be like, no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. And she's going to be very playful with you, and you're being playful with her. Okay, here's another way to tease her. I call this a tease, but also a challenge. You can say, you're not one of those girls who like never cooks, are you? And just like orders out all the time. Again, you don't have to use these, but it's trying to give you an example of what you can do to kind of just like give her shit, right? Just give her shit about something, and you do that a few times, and it's kind of like taking her back to the playground where the boys and the girls would tease each other, even though they really liked each other. And this shows that subtle interest and spikes emotions high, and actually gets her attracted to you. More tips on this and exactly how to completely just kill it on a first date and more dates in my Hooked program. Check it out. Why don't you have it yet? Over 2,000 guys do. It's going to help you. Go to getherhooked.com. Link is down below. If you like this, press the like button. If you're new here, what are you doing, man? Subscribe to this channel. I got more videos coming out helping you get the girl and making sure you overcome your shyness if you do have that. Hope this helps. I'll see you on the next video. And my friend, do your best and kill it on the first date.